Oh my gosh, nobody move. There's a Bengal tiger over there, but he's not attacking that boat, so maybe we're okay. Maybe we're okay. Pretty dangerous. Pretty wild, extreme, and very rare, endangered Bengal tiger over there. That's right, we're in India. False! We are not in India. We're on the Sometimes vlog! He didn't know the lyrics. It's a vlog that happens sometimes. You know, I hang out with Tyler a lot, and I rarely ever miss him when he's not in the vlogs. The only time I miss Tyler, every time, 60% of the time I miss him all the time. There's a monkey right there in the jungle. 60% of the time I miss Tyler all the time when I do the intro to Indiana Jones? No, couldn't be. Too young. 60% of the time I miss Tyler all the time when I do the intro and he's not like, I miss you, buddy. Nah, I don't miss you. Look at this. Disney theming right here at Disneyland and Adventureland. They're part of the theming too. They're actually animatronics. Real live animatronics walking down the exit queue to Indiana Jones. Look at all of this wonderful detail. The cool part about Disneyland is they go through all these lengths, but sometimes it only takes simple tricks, a lot of simple tricks and nonsense, simple tricks to pull off the illusions here, right? So all of this planting, all of this wonderful theming, look at this crazy fiberglass bamboo. And then up here, barely ever noticed by anyone, up here is simple camouflage netting, like the kind you throw over a tank or some sort of barbecue or your car, or maybe your hunting blind, right there, bam! And you would never really notice, your eyeball just sees jungle, just like there's always fire hydrants and stuff, hidden away, tucked away, and they're just painted what's lovingly referred to as no-see-um green, which is just a certain kind of green they figured out. If we paint different things at Disneyland this color green, your eyeball just sort of skips over it. Nobody will really notice. So simple tricks like paint and camo netting, and then all of this fantastic detail. They really know how to put your mind right into it. Look at all these animatronics, more animatronics, automatons walking around. Lots of people wearing hats today. Everybody seems very underdressed, but that's because it's really, really hot out here at Disneyland. I was just out here at the Temple of the Forbidden Eye. Why is she wearing a jacket? It's really hot. The jungle is always really hot and humid though, so that's not really a surprise. Look at this, the Temple of the Forbidden Eye. I was trying to look into the future to see what's coming up on Randomland, but I got distracted by the past, thinking of previous Randomland videos that we've done together, and I was remembering the Raiders of the Lost truck, about the Indiana Jones truck used in Raiders of the Lost Ark. We'll see that in a second. In that video, while I was filming that video, here, up the exit area to Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Forbidden Eye, there were all these little baby praying mantises right over here. I had baby praying mantises all over my fingers. I think praying mantises are really cool. One of the only insects that I actually kind of like to look at, but they're also very terrifying. But for whatever reason, they were on my fingers, and it was like having little ladybugs on you. Like, it wasn't too freaky. I'm not a big, huge fan of insects, like I just said. But they were so cute. Cute little baby praying mantises all over my hand. They were very sticky. I have no idea why I told that story, but look! There's the back of the truck. Oh, and there's this guy. And there's also the back of this truck. She's got a good rear end. This truck right here was used in the making of Raiders of the Lost Ark. There's a whole Randomland about it, in which you can discover the secret of the lost truck that gives it away, which may or may not be related to this golf ball. Then I was tripping out because I remembered that we did another Randomland here about the oldest living thing, the oldest documented living thing in the park, which is this palm tree. If you Google Randomland, the oldest living thing in Disneyland, you will discover the mysteries of this, the Dominguez palm tree. So I was just tripping out that we've done a lot more videos together than I thought. Like, for example, the time I climbed up in the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse intending to do well, it's the Tarzan treehouse now. Tarzan's treehouse, intending to do a whole video about secrets and Easter eggs and history, and then just basically had a panic attack for, you know, 10 minutes or so on the camera, because as soon as I turned the camera on, once I got up there, I started getting all the vertigo and the, I'm afraid of heights, I don't like it, I don't like it. Right up there, my terror, my nightmare. Are you scared of being up there?
Am I scared of being up there?
Yeah.
I mean, it is pretty high up.
I'm okay getting up there, but then as soon as I turn the camera on or try to take a picture, I get like dizzy, I start to lose my balance. It's not very good. But you're shorter, you're lower to the ground, so you have a better center of gravity. So you're not worried about toppling.
Yeah, that's very true.
I'm worried about leaning and the whole thing comes up.
I think you're fine. I think you'll be okay.
I think the tree is pretty sturdy. What if there was a windstorm? Wouldn't you be worried about your restaurant getting knocked over by this tree?
That's so, you know, I haven't even thought about that.
The tree once fell on my car, but it didn't hurt it. It kind of missed it a little bit. Like a big branch, you know. Yeah. So don't let any trees fall on your restaurant. How do you pronounce your name? Satire. Did you see that? That was awesome. Hi, Christy.
We were just looking at your
Happy birthday!
Oh, thank
It's
you.
Christy's birthday!
Sydney's birthday too!
Oh, happy birthday to Sydney! I don't know your name.
Not my birthday.
Oh, well, Merry unbirthday.
Unbirthday.
It's nice to talk to you guys. I'm gonna go this way.
All right.
Thank you for stopping me. That was just me sing talking. Whenever I go away from people, I feel kind of awkward, like just walking away from someone. I just meant like, oh, it's really nice to meet you, but I really need to hang out with you for a second. I might bump into them again. I always, my nervousness, my shyness comes out in the form once I walk away. When I'm by myself, there's this weird. Now those people think I'm insane. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let them think what they want and let them eat cake. Look at that. The Jungle Cruise. This is probably one of my favorite attractions at Disneyland. There are 4 attractions that are constantly revolving and fighting each other in my mind. It's very chaotic in here, let me tell you. Fighting in my mind for first place at Disneyland. 4 attractions. 4 attractions which are higher up on the list than any other attractions. Nothing else comes close. They are Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room, the Jungle Cruise, Pirates of the Caribbean, and the Haunted Mansion. Those 4 attractions really are a huge step above. Of course, there's also the Indiana Jones ride, which is also pretty high up on the list, and Star Tours. So many other dark rides that I love and I love and I love, and they have such a special place in my heart. They're so far above any kind of other attraction or theming anywhere else in the world. But those 4, and 3 of them, well, Pirates is sort of 50-50, but 3 of them are pretty much right here in Adventureland. I could picture pirates walking around Adventureland, couldn't you? Maybe some pirates left the Caribbean, went to the Pacific, or down to Africa. There were pirates in those areas. Checking out some tropical imports, so pirates sort of fits in both worlds. To me, personally, even though they're Caribbean pirates who would hang out in lower Louisiana. So we'll just fudge the numbers and say 3 of the 4 here. And then there's, of course, Haunted Mansion, which is pretty much firmly established in New Orleans Square. But look at that, the Enchanted Tiki Room. So we have passed by, or very close to, 3 of my very, very favorite attractions, because Indiana Jones, the Temple of Forbidden Eye, the entrance backs up right onto Pirates of the Caribbean, which is pretty much right behind Tarzan's treehouse. We didn't really see that. Okay, I'm trying to fudge it. I'm trying to fudge it. What? To kind of explain to you guys how many times I see one glove or one little shoe lost at Disneyland. And you know why they get put on top of the trash cans, don't you? People say, you should turn that into lost and found. No, 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 no. The appropriate, even the cast members know this, the appropriate thing to do at first is to take the lost item, unless it's cash or something, and yeah, turn it right in. If it's a shoe or a glove or a blanket or something, stick it on top of the nearest trash can, because then when people come back through, oh no, where's the glove? Where's the glove? Ah, right on the trash can. So if you come to Disneyland, you don't go to Disneyland often, or you're not aware of that, that's the thing. Not only the cast members do it, but all the guests do it, the annual pass holders do it. If you lost something and you're looking on the ground, don't look on the ground too long. Also look on top of the trash cans. Everyone will stick it on top of the trash can so it's out in view. That's actually a Disneyland secret, or tip that not very many people discuss. Here's another little Disneyland tip that I've been meaning to bring up. in videos and just haven't found an appropriate context for it. People are always asking, what's some little tips and things to make the day extra special for my family and grown-ups? Yes, sir.
My daughter say hi to you real quick.
Yes, hi.
She
I'm
watches
Justin.
you online all the time.
Oh, thank you. What's your name?
Giselle.
Giselle. It's really nice to meet you. How's it going?
Thank you.
Justin.
I was
Nice to meet you,
Yay.
Justin.
Nice to meet you, Giselle. Can I have a hug? That's so sweet.
Thank you.
Are you having fun? Oh, you're very welcome. I'm gonna keep going this way, but it's really nice to meet
Thanks
you.
a lot.
Oh,
Appreciate
no problem. Okay, what was I talking about? Oh, grown-ups, please don't abuse this if I bring this up, because then it'll become like the Woody thing and it'll be all crazy. So please don't abuse this. This is more about the children. Get one, yes. It's more about the children. If you're exiting off the Jungle Cruise, you will pass this little window. How's it
Hey.
going, Philip?
Pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Alrighty. Who we saying hi to?
Oh, everybody.
Hey,
They're all
everybody.
in here. Do you know what? Can I ask you for something?
By all means.
I got one the other day, but I dropped it. Can I get a map?
Yes.
The
you
Jungle
can.
Cruise? See,
But you know they don't come free.
Oh, they
you have
don't
to
come
do
free?
your favorite imitation of a jungle animal.
Of a jungle animal? See, so you come into this little booth as you step off the Jungle Cruise and ask for this, usually for a child. Usually grown-ups shouldn't probably ask for these every 5 seconds, but for the children, I'm just demonstrating. Okay, my favorite jungle animal. My friend Jeff Heimbach is an animal. He'd go, gosh, can I have a map? Does that count or no? I
He's
need to
an
do it.
animal. That
Yeah,
sounds
he's
like
an
an
animal.
animal to me.
There we go.
Wow.
Jeff Heimbach is a wild animal. Even Philip knows. Thank you, Philip.
Everybody have a good one.
Jungle Cruise. Jungle Cruise. Now, one of my favorite attractions that no longer exists is also located in Adventureland, which is this. No, not Aladdin's Oasis. Can I walk back there? Is that okay or no? Can I skip these humans? Thank you very much. Not Aladdin's Oasis. It's also pretty awesome. But what used to be back here in Aladdin's Oasis, which was the Tahitian Terrace. Now, when you walk back here today, all the remnants and theming are left over from Aladdin. There's even Aladdinish music playing back here. Look at this. I'm being quiet and respectful because somebody's over here having a meal. For the longest time, Aladdin and Jasmine, sometimes the genie, would be back here for meet and greets, and people really didn't know that. So you come back here, and there were times I spent 15 or 20 minutes just hanging out with Aladdin here. Which, don't get me wrong, that was probably the Lion King's up there too, and Beauty and the Beast. But Aladdin was probably at the time my favorite 1990s Disney movie. Definitely a Disney classic, a post-Walt Disney animated classic. I think I saw Aladdin probably 10 times in the movie theater, and we were very poor when I was a child, so that was a big deal. Okay, look at this. But you can see here, these thatched roofs. No, they're not part. Let's see right here. You see this Polynesian architecture. No, there were no Polynesians in Agrabah. See, this is very Aladdin. This is very Aladdin. This is very Aladdin. There were no Polynesians in Agrabah. What this is the remnants of what was here before, which was a dining experience known as the Tahitian Terrace. So you have all these leftover Tahitian architecture and thatching, which this building is connected to the Tiki Room. This is connected to Main Street. The other side of that would be the Jolly Holiday. So they're literally sharing the same roof. You can see a little bit of Jolly Holiday roof peeking out right there-ish. There-ish. It's hard to point the finger and really nail it, but look at that. So that's one of my favorite attractions that no longer exist. I'm having trouble talking today. I'm very tired. Favorite attraction that no longer exists, Tahitian Terrace. So guests would come in here and they would put on all kinds of, the fire dancing and hula dances, and there would be Polynesian theming and songs. And of course, originally they had the plan to serve things like, what are we going to serve in there, Walt? What are we going to serve in the Tahitian Terrace? What sort of exotic food? A hamburger with a piece of pineapple on it. So in the early days, Walt Disney himself personally, this is a story that's told by many early cast members and other Imagineers and people who worked at Disneyland, didn't really understand the need for fine dining. He's like, I eat hamburgers and chili and fries. Why wouldn't all the guests just want to eat hamburgers and chili and fries, maybe some fried chicken? He was a visionary genius, Walt Disney, but a man of very simple taste. Actually, as illustrated in his list drawn up by himself, Walt Disney's favorite foods by Walt Disney, which I think there's a clip of that in the Walt Disney Family Museum, Randomland, which is up on the main channel, youtube.com/liftpastside4. Anyway, I'm just wandering around appreciating Adventureland today. Remember the thing I was talking about, the fire hydrants? Well, look, speakers right here. Look at the speakers. They're hidden. I don't know actually if those speakers are gas valves or something, but look at the infrastructure. It's very cleverly hidden. Once you notice it and look at it, well, that child is not very hidden, but he's not part of the infrastructure, so it doesn't count. Once you notice it and look at it, you're like, oh, I see it. I see that thing there, the little camo netting on it. But it's so effective. That's what impresses me about the people who have to put the practical elements of Disneyland together, is that they find these little simple ways to cover their tracks and keep you all the way inside of the magic. Look at this. This is one of my favorite stores. The Adventureland Bazaar. Tropical Imports is one of my favorite stores as a kid. But now mostly snacks, which is good because you need some snacks if you're hungry. I love this. Look at these little Adventureland trash cans. These are a little more Walt Disney World themed. I've noticed that a lot. Have you noticed that a lot? I'm not saying if it's good or bad. No judgment from me. But I have noticed that the gifts, Disney World and Disneyland gifts, are starting to be exactly the same thing, more and more and more. Rather than buying a mug that'll just be Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland, you'll see a mug here that's Pirates of the Caribbean and it'll be the poster from Walt Disney World. But then on the same cup, they'll have another poster from a Disneyland. So they're starting to share it, which I'm sure is very cost effective to have them manufactured the same cup, millions of them from the same place. But I do like original stuff. That's what I love so much about tiki stuff, and that's why I put my artwork into different stuff on eBay. Look at this. Look at this little detail. No one would ever stop and look at that. But your eye, your peripheral vision, catches all these weird little details and stuff down on the floor. Have you ever just walked through Disneyland and looked down at the floor? The bottoms of the displays here are very, very thin. The baskets and the barrels. Look at all this stuff. All of this stuff. Would you ever even really stop to appreciate all the little details that come together to make up the feeling of being in that tropical, weird, exotic environment? Anyway, so like I was saying, so here we go. So this is very much Disney World, but we'll have stuff that's very, very Disneyland. Oh, look at that kind of stuff, which crosses over to both theme parks these days, right? Oh, here. Here's a perfect example. So we got Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, which is still at Disney World. Then we've got the Jungle River. Whoa, that's weird. In Adventureland, look at this Sunshine Tree Terrace, which is the Disney World version of Tahitian Terrace, if I'm not mistaken. And over here, you have our Enchanted Tiki Room poster in Anaheim. So they kind of share, you see? They're kind of sharing. That's why I'm going somewhere with this. I'm not complaining at all either, because I think it's kind of cool, you know, tying everything together. But that's why I like the Adventureland Bazaar, because they have all kinds of bizarre stuff in here. So all kinds of one-of-a-kind weird items, like, for example, like this. Look at this. Where does that come from? Where does that come from? Look at this lion. Roar. He looks fierce. Look at these guys. Where the heck do these come from? I think, I could be mistaken, these come from Peru. I could be, oh no, these are from Kenya. So they have all kinds of weird little things, and that'll be in here for a year or 2 years, and then I'll have something else. But look at this. What about that? That is very unusual. That is not a cookie cutter Disney product, which I love cookie cutter Disney products. I'm kind of obsessed with them. Look at this. Handcrafted, again in Kenya. I actually really like that. Dang, that's cool. So there's all kinds of weird, unusual items in here, mixed in with, look at this. Look at this wonderful thing. I need one of those. I need one of those for my tiki nook. Oh, look at this. This is what I was talking about. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think their collection's complete? I need to stop doing that. I need to stop doing that every vlog. Look at here. Here we have a Fijian Tapacloth lamp, possibly purchased from Oceanic Arts, although it does look actually very, very vintage compared to their current stuff. And then up here, you've got all kinds of, that really maybe looks like Society Islands or Papua. That really, really, really looks like Papua New Guinea. To me, PNG, Papua New Guinea. You have all kinds of spears up here. Then you'll have some Hawaiian, more Hawaiian looking tikis. Then you'll have some very African looking masks. all these little hints and details. Oh, and then you'll have some sort of, you know, Arabic looking tiles, mixed in with some more tablecloth type designs, mixed in with Oriental type of stuff. So Adventureland, all these little details come together to bring you into the world of adventure. I kind of like Adventureland for the exact same reason I'm really into all the tiki stuff. Because the tiki stuff is very much, I'm very into actual, authentic Polynesian mythology and culture. It's very interesting to me, especially the artwork. Not just Polynesia, Micronesia, and Melanesia. Oceania in general. I don't know much about the Maori, New Zealand type of thing, or Australian Aboriginal stuff. I haven't really got that far down the rabbit hole yet, but all of that kind of oceanic artwork, I'm very, look at that, Sundown in Adventureland. That's what we'll have to title this video. I'm very into all that kind of stuff. But what I like about tiki pop or Polynesian pop and all the whole tiki 1950s, 60s retro type of thing is that it was sort of choose your own adventure. Like, let's pick and choose what we feel is tropical, what we feel is relaxing, what we feel is exotic and exciting. You sort of create your own little environment, your own backyard luau, your own little chunk of paradise that you could take with you wherever you wanted, in the backyard or around the pool or in your wet bar inside of your house. I kind of like that about Adventureland, is that Walt and his compatriots just sort of took little elements from Polynesia and, well, now the, let's see, the Arabian Peninsula, the Orient, they put them, Africa, the Amazon, and they tied it all together in here. So it's sort of like a hodgepodge of all things exotic, especially more specifically in the mind of 1950s America. Adventureland was a lot simpler then, and the plants were a heck of a lot shorter. But they've really kept up with making this very tiny land, very themed. And I'm expanding on points I made, obviously, in the 5 weird things or weird little secrets of Adventureland video, the Random Land, another Random Land tie-in. But I really do like this. Look at this. This little courtyard. Now, they didn't have to do all this. Well, this is obviously overflow if you were waiting for the Aladdin's Oasis thing. I guess they added a little overflow seating, but look at the way they themed it. Look at all of the talent that went into it. Another thing that really impresses me about Adventureland is all the different types of lamps. So that's a weird thing to point out that I haven't really been able to fit into a Random Land video. But look at all the different types of lighting and lamps in here. You see these? I don't know how well that's going to come out on this camera in this type of lighting. We have all sorts of different light fixtures, which could not have been easy to find or create. In some cases, just everything. Look, there's a hexagon over here, and one total lantern, then another sort of lantern. Nothing quite matches. It's a little different here, a little different here. I love that hodgepodgey, jungly feeling of Adventureland, that each piece came from somewhere far away and exotic. Look up here. Look at these lamps in this tree. These are all things that not a lot of people stare directly at and appreciate that particular very Polynesian looking lamp there. You might never stop and take a straight look at it. But the sum total of all the parts feels like a jungle adventure. I'm not really saying much right now. All I'm doing is straight appreciating, but I thought you'd like to come along and participate in the appreciation and enthusiasm for all things jungly. By the way, I like it when all of you wonderful people stop me and talk to me. I enjoy that. However, if I'm filming the Sometimes vlog, I am very likely to walk away from you and continue showing all the rest of you who are stuck inside this little box all kinds of things and roaming with the ADD. Once I'm done, I will try to track you back down and talk to you. So if you wanted to talk to me about something very specific and you didn't want it to be on the vlog, you'll have to just follow me. Follow me or something. Find me, stalk me to the end of the vlog and then talk about it. I don't want anyone to be offended if I suddenly dart away from you after a couple minutes. It's not that I'm rude. I am kind of shy, but it's not because of that either. It's because we got to keep the show going. Look at this. See what I'm saying? It's hot. Even at sunset, it's a little hot. She's wearing a sweater. An Indiana Jones cast member was wearing, oh, he's wearing a long sleeve shirt and quite a floppy hat. Right? What was I saying with that? Oh, the other one was wearing a jacket, but then she's wearing shorts and a tank top. Because it's warm out here. It's always weird when it's really warm and you see people wearing jackets and stuff. You think, are you okay? Do you not have temperature sensors in your skin material? Very strange. Then again, I'm really not, you know, I got 4 fingers pointing back at me because no matter how hot it is, I'm generally wearing pants. Only on the rarest of occasions do I ever put on shorts. I only actually own 1 pair of shorts, and they're a pair of cut-off dickies. They're not even cool dickies. They're like those uniform dickies that are very uncomfortable and very, very high-waisted. And I just cut them off one day with a pair of scissors. They weren't even my pants. They don't even fit me right. It's the only pair of shorts I wear, and I only resort to wearing them when I am so hot that I feel like I might get a mild case of heat exhaustion if I don't wear shorts. As a matter of fact, my friend Allie, I met her right here and I was wearing shorts. She has a picture of me wearing shorts. I'm not 100% comfortable with that because I don't like wearing shorts. I'm just not a fan of shorts. But on the opposite side of the coin is my friend Adam the Woo, who no matter how cold it is, he'll be wearing a sweater, sometimes a jacket, and he's kind of the same as I am with shorts, with pants. So he'll walk around freezing. It's so cold. It'll be 30, 40 degrees, and Adam the Woo will be wearing shorts and flip-flops with a hoodie and a jacket. Sometimes with the hood over and with gloves on his hands, and he's wearing shorts. He will only resort to pants in the rarest of occasions when he's really, really cold. But I guess that's just the Florida style. People would attribute that style to Southern California, just wearing shorts and flip-flops. But I don't know, me personally, I'm just a fan of pants. Well, until it's relaxation time. Then the pants go off and you just sort of hang out. That didn't sound right. Okay, we're gonna leave Adventureland now. I have to go because I am very, very hungry. So I'm gonna head out on my way to a Red Robin establishment of some kind. They have some pretty good, Red Robin's actually pretty good about, I mentioned Red Robin a lot. I have no sponsorship. Oh please, I would love to have some sort of endorsement from anything, because I would love free stuff, especially if it's something I like. But I have none endorsements from anywhere, and the only reason I bring up certain things over and over again is because I genuinely like them. I genuinely like Red Robin because most of the time they have a separate fryer for their fries, and all their fry components and seasonings and etc. are all gluten-free, and they have a separate fryer, which means they don't have any cross-contamination. So it's one of the very few places I can go eat out and not be poisoned, because I do in fact, according to the doctors, have celiac disease, which means I cannot ingest gluten, which is a compound found in wheat, which is in flour, which is in everything. So it's tough for me to eat out, which is why when I'm really super starving, I go to Red Robin. I don't feel like cooking a home-cooked meal, although I may do that instead. That's a lot cheaper, but it does take a lot of time, and I'm very hungry. Now I'm totally just rambling and talking about myself. But I'm going home to my bunker now. Thank you for hanging out with me in Adventureland. I hope it's a fun adventure for you. I know he's having a fun adventure. He's chewing gum. Whoa, hopefully he doesn't spit it out on the floor. That would be a bummer. I have never stepped in gum at Disneyland, by the way. Well, knock on wood. All this time at Disneyland, I have never stepped on gum. I feel like people, pirates. I feel like people are very, very respectful at Disneyland about where they throw their trash and their gum for the most part. So I've never actually stepped in gum, but yesterday I was at the Queen Mary for about 30 seconds. Bam, gum in the parking lot. Come on. That's the worst, when you get gum on your shoe. There's gum on your shoe and it won't come off. Stick, 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 stick. Not a big fan of things that are sticky. I hate when my hands get sticky. I hate when my feet get sticky. Sticky is the worst. Oh, I don't know what it is. Everyone has that with certain things, you know. I once had a friend named Anthony who was super grossed out by balloons. So specifically, in his words, soggy balloons. So if there was some sort of balloon, any kind of balloon, didn't matter if it was the metal one, but more specifically, you know, the latex or the rubbery, the regular, you know, party balloon. If the balloon would get even slightly deflated, even to the point where it would sort of sink down like a helium balloon, he would not be able to eat around it. If you pointed it out to him or touched it, he would literally gag. So everybody has those weird little things that they're like, ugh. Sticky is mine. It doesn't make me sick and nauseous like balloons do, apparently, to people. Is that a thing? Is that a thing for more people, or is that just him? If you've ever been made nauseous by a balloon, let me know. Anyway, I would love to hear that, actually. I wonder that if there anyone else, have you ever even heard of anybody becoming nauseous because of a slightly deflated balloon? That's a weird one. But, where was I going with that? Oh, whoa, look at this. Main Street at night. Beautiful. But anyway, yeah, sticky doesn't make me nauseous. It's just, oh, I don't like to be sticky. Look at this. We can use it. Olaf. Oh, Olaf and Olaf. So here we are, Main Street at night, walking out. Adventureland is still on our right, just behind these buildings. I'll miss it. I wish my entire house, well, I don't have an entire house, I just have my bunker. I wish my bunker just was part of Adventureland, was located in Adventureland, and had roll-up walls and I could just live. You know what? Maybe they should just let me move into Adventureland. If you could live in Disneyland, where would you live? I think I would pick tough choice between the Tiki Room, Pirates of the Caribbean. Maybe the Tiki Room could be moved and built sort of halfway between Indiana Jones and partially into the Pirates of the Caribbean, the entrance in the swamp, and we could, that way when your windows were open, you'd be sort of in Pirates, and you'd be sort of by Indiana Jones and Jungle Cruise, and you'd be inside the Tiki Room. That would be my ideal Disneyland living situation, although I think that's asking a little much, don't you? I'm getting a little picky. I would be grateful just to sleep right here every night, on the street, the main streets of Disneyland, the main streets of Disneyland. Of course, there already are some sleeping quarters right here, and they happen to be vacant at the moment. If Disneyland would like to let me sleep right here in Walt Disney's private apartment that was located right above the firehouse, I would be more than happy to oblige. Although, I doubt that will ever happen for anyone. That is definitely set aside in memory of Walt Disney. You can actually take a tour, Walk in Walt's Footsteps tour, where they let you go up here. There's no photography or videography allowed, or I would have done it and shown you many, many times. But you can go up into Walt's apartment and look at his private apartment. Well, for years before they did those private tours, they still kept his apartment pretty much intact as a memorial to the man himself. And of course, as you know, they keep this lamp lit in memory of Walt Disney, because whenever he was in the park, they would have that lamp on so people would know, hey, the boss is in the park, you know, let's do our best. And they leave it on, not only in memory of Walt, but to remind the cast members and all of us visitors that Walt is still very much watching over the park. My eyes are getting sweaty with respect. So maybe it's time for us to go. Look at this. Beautiful out here. Beautiful out here. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I love all of you. Subscribe for some more Sometimes vlogs. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. Not super particularly stoked about that at the moment, which I explained a few vlogs ago. We don't have to go back into that. But I'm trying to do my best to ignore it. Today is Friday the 13th. And I've been having the best day, actually. All kinds of stuff showed up in the mail. I have one of those portable chargers for my phone now, so I'm never going to run out of batteries anymore. I've got some spears came, or actually some arrows from Papua New Guinea for the Tiki Nook in my house were sent to me. And something else showed up in the mail today. So today's just been a pretty positive, wonderful day. They do happen, folks. They do happen. You got to keep open mind and look at the bright side of things. Sometimes you have a very, very bad day. You can still turn it around, but today, the Friday the 13th, a very, very unlucky day, turned into a very cool day. That's why I'm definitely going to Red Robin. I'm gonna spend the extra money and go to Red Robin and really enjoy myself. I'm gonna spread myself out a little. by which I mean stretch out the old stomach and fill it with bottomless fries. This is neither here nor there. Hit me up on Twitter @JustinScarred. There's also @JustinScarred on Instagram, which is all black and white and moody, and you don't care about that. But @LiveFastLifeHorror has more of the colorful, wonderful Disneyland pictures. That's also on Instagram and Twitter. So I'll see you guys on Instagram and Twitter later. Goodbye.